Having a nightmare?
You might be.
Did you see Mark with a mullet, like, in the 80s going around?
I'll bring you
going
a
to the
picture.
premiere
Listen,
of Top Gun.
I'll bring you a picture in with my hair's down to my shoulders, and you'll freak.
No way.
No way.
Nice.
Wow. I'll look at it, it'll look just like I did on Wednesday.
30 some odd years ago.
Do you have the jacket?
No.
Members only.
No, all guys. No.
529-1450 is our phone number. We are talking fantasy football 101 here on Sports Radio 1450. Still some injuries to get to, guys, on the quarterback position. Big Ben banged up big time this week, but he should play. Is he worth putting in your lineup, though, against the Ravens defense with that bad foot?
I wouldn't want to play him because I don't know just how bad that foot is. When I see a guy in practice and he's wearing a boot, I get a little scared. And then when I realize what kind of team he's going to be playing against, if I've got a better option, I go that way.
I'd be scared, too. That's like blood in the water for
You're not kidding.
Ray Lewis.
Exactly.
And there's no way there's no way you want him in your lineup this week. Here's a guy that, because his offensive line is pretty bad, actually, and kind of dinged up there in Pittsburgh. He's got to use his legs a lot to get free and make plays, and that's what Big Ben does. He breaks loose and makes things happen with his legs, and now if you take away one of his feet, he's got no offensive line, and the Baltimore Ravens on the other side of the football. I think he's in big, big trouble this week. And you got to go a different way.
Oh, yeah, and when he gets tackled, there's not going to be anyone that's in the bottom of the pile twisting that foot at all either.
Right.
Also in the quarterback position, Sean Hill's going to be out this week in Detroit. Stafford's still out, so that leaves Drew Stanton back in the starting lineup. That hurts. And David Garrard, questionable, but still should play this week. 529-1450 is our phone number. Let's take a phone call. Good morning. You're on Fantasy Football 101. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning.
What's the status of Peyton Manning? Is he going to be 100% or near it?
Yeah, it should be good to go.
As far as everything I've heard is that he should be just fine to go. And like Adam mentioned earlier, he's got a pretty nice matchup. I wouldn't worry about Peyton at all.
Okay, great. And then at running back, I've got to choose between Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, and LeBlanc. Or should I put Peterson in?
This is tough.
It is.
Peterson's a game-time decision, and even if he does go out there and play, his ankle is going to be giving him pain, so if he does go out there and play, how much does he play? And the reason it's such a problem is because Buffalo has, the worst rush D in the league, so you want to get a Viking out there, as your running back if you can, but I don't know if it'll be AP or not.
If you can't go AP, I like LeGarrette Blount. They're at home against Atlanta. Atlanta is completely different defensively when they're on the road as opposed to at the Dome at home.
Well, yeah, I did have a bad game against them the first time in the Dome. But
correct.
Still, the game is in Tampa. I just noticed
and
that.
the law firm is at home.
Going against the Jets.
Against the Jets. I'm not, I always worry about running back, a team that's got back going against the Jets.
Yep. And we're talking about the number 4 and the number 6 overall rush D that you're going up against. So really, neither one of those guys is a great play this week between Green Ellis and LeGarrette Blount. Hopefully AP goes free, but if I had to pick one, I don't know. I'd probably go Green Ellis just because I figure that New England has a better chance of moving the ball than Tampa Bay does.
Okay.
Thank you. That's tough.
I'm sure we solved that problem.
Good luck. 529-1450 is the phone number. But that is why it's tough. But you got to try to.
Options are there.
You got to try to play the matchups. I would still almost play. If I'm him, I'm going to be real angry if AP has a decent day. And again, it kind of goes back to sticking with your studs. And it's you drafted AP first probably on your roster for a reason. If I'm that guy, I'm going AP. I don't like the matchup for Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis against the Jets, and I just don't. Blount hasn't been consistent, and he was horrible against the Falcons last time.
If AP takes the field, then there's no question. Unless you have a different, another more quality backup, but neither one of these guys, I don't think, is a guy you would plug in instead of AP. If AP takes the field, you got to get him in.
He will have time. There will be information coming out Sunday morning that will let him know, so that will really help out quite a bit.
Minnesota has the early game, too, so you don't have to wait around. That's good.
529-1450 is our phone number. Let's take another call. Good morning. You're on Fantasy Football 101. Go ahead.
I'd like to get your thoughts on who you would rather start this weekend, or your thoughts on either Eli Manning or Kyle Orton. And I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Thanks for the call. 529-1450 is our phone number. looks like a good problem to have to me.
Absolutely.
I'm starting Kyle Orton in one league, so there's my answer. I have Eli in another league, but I play Michael Vick in front of him, so that's been working out okay.
How dare you?
All right, let's take a look.
Eli's at home against the Washington Redskins, but here's the problem again. You've got a wide receiving core that's not 100%. Mario Manningham's the main guy, so I'm sure Washington will, roll their coverage over. Eli normally I would like, but in this case, I think I'd go Orton.
Yeah. Washington is allowing almost 300 yards a game through the air. I mean, that's astonishing. That's so bad.
But I'd rather have Smith and Nix instead of Manningham and Hagan.
Yeah, I know. I agree totally. I like both. I mean, both plays I think are good. This is a coin flip for me. But you're not going to be in any trouble if you plug Orton out there. That guy's been pretty good this year.
He's got what? The most passing yards this year?
Yeah, the guy's just uncanny. I mean, he may start slow and you start cursing him, and then come the second half and the guy throws and Adam's smiling. He knows why. But Orton just goes berserk and he always ends up with about 340, 350 yards.
That combo's been great for me all year.
Yeah.
Mark kept texting me last week, put in Tebow.
I was praying. I was at halftime. I was cursing the coach. I'm going, you idiot! Will you put Tebow in? I'm losing my game.
You know what? That's going to be a shootout. That Denver KC's going to. Remember
absolutely
that
will
first
be.
game was the run-up game. Denver ran up the score, and Todd Haley was pointing his finger. This is good. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, should be fun.
Upon further review, I totally agree. Get Kyle Orton in there.
529-1450 is our phone number. Let's take another call. Good morning. You're on Fantasy Football 101. Go ahead.
Now you are.
I just got a small dilemma here. I picked up Frank Gore, but I have Mendenhall and Ray Rice going. Do I sit? I was thinking of maybe sitting Ray Rice.
I wouldn't.
He hasn't really done anything this year anyway. I don't know.
I would probably keep Ray Rice in there because Frank Gore is out for the season.
Yep.
Oh, did I say Frank Gore? I'm sorry. I meant Westbrook because Frank Gore
I got you.
okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, Westbrook or Ray Rice.
Are you in a PPR league?
No.
Not a point per reception league. Well,
I had at the beginning of the year I had Mendenhall, Forte, Ray Rice, and I had Tomlinson. And Tomlinson started. He was the starting back, and I was doing really good. And then all of a sudden, my quarterback was Romo. I had Bolden, and then my team just went to crap. And now I need 2 wins in a row, or I'm not going to make the playoffs.
Well, the other problem you have is that Mendenhall and Ray Rice are in the same game, and I really hate doing that, especially with running backs. I just don't have that huge faith in Westbrook on his first start in 2 years?
Yeah. No. And Anthony Dixon will be involved in that game plan.
Because he's a rookie. I have a feeling Dixon might have more carries than Westbrook this week.
Oh, boy, it's tough. I know what you're saying about Ray Rice because I'm a Ray Rice owner. He has picked it up a little bit as of late, but this Pittsburgh D is so tough against the rush.
And that's why I'm scared. I'm a Baltimore fan, so...
Do you have any other running backs or any other options?
Nope. Tomlinson.
No, I'd still roll with Rice. I mean, you're still going to get points for receiving yards, even though you might not get point for reception. And there's still a chance that that Rice gets 50 on the ground and 50 through the air and still gets you double digits.
Well, he's gone. Go Mendenhall Rice.
Yep, Mendenhall Rice.
Yep, you just got to play it safe.